On Wednesday morning, veterans, councillors and members of the public gathered in Salisbury's Guildhall Square to honour the lives of the fallen soldiers from D-Day. The ceremony was opened up by Mayor John Walsh, who gave a speech in front of the War Memorial.
This opposed beach landing could only be described as one of the most complicated and dangerous military operations of all time.
Councillor Walsh was then followed up by Reverend Kelvin Inglis and former president of the Salisbury branch of the Royal British Legion, John Grigsby. John was born in the 1920s and has lost people close to him through war. He also gave a speech to the waiting crowds, and he says the people of Salisbury have made him proud.
The people of Salisbury are, in fact, a military city. They always appear here on our various days of memory, and I am especially grateful to the people of Salisbury because come rain or shine, they are always here to help us remember our fallen comrades.
Today is a day of remembering and thanking those who lost their lives in that extraordinary battle. It's estimated that up to 4,100 Allies died on that day, including British, American and Canadian soldiers. It's important to remember everyone who lost their life on that day, but John says that the Americans had a huge part to play in the events.
Some people forget that it was the Americans that came to our aid in the First World War and again in the Second World War, and should there be a third, heaven forbid, they will come to our aid yet again. Not personalities, the nation itself that has come to our aid, and so we are especially grateful to them because without their help and understanding we would not be standing here today.
Having been born in the 1920s, it's extra special for John as he's remembering a number of people that were close to him and his family. For the city as well, there are a number of people with connections to Salisbury that would have been part of the D-Day invasion.
On that war memorial, there are 3 members of my wife's family who have given centuries of service to this country. So I personally remember them. I also remember the boys that joined the army with me back in the 1940s and those that have stayed to the very end of their service, serving their country, and for that I personally am extremely grateful, and the people of Salisbury do us proud.
This isn't the first time John has been a part of these commemorations and doing speeches, but the emotions are just as high as ever before.
For me it is quite easy because I have had years of experience of doing this kind of thing, but personally I'm not here to celebrate the conquest of Europe from the Nazi regime. I'm here to remember my fallen comrades, and it brings me to tears.
And at the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Jack Deary, That's TV.